See how like organized all my stuff since I'm a streamer now? I'm a real streamer now. Got all my lubes organized and stuff. This blue to this blue, that's like a 95% match. Like that's very close. Like in person, it looks extremely close. So I'm actually impressed because like I only thought about putting this keycap set on like at the last minute. I was like, you know what, that'll probably look fire. Huh. Okay, we got Mode 65, PBT Lilith, POM Cow switches, Durag V2 stabs, all that good stuff. Few artisans from Thok. Let's get it. So this is without the brass bottom. I would opt for a brass top before I opt for a brass bottom, but I think a brass accent piece is the way to go. I feel like brass looks good in small quantities. I see why people spend thousands of dollars, not thousands, but I could see how one could spend $1,000 on a keyboard. Do I think I will spend $1,000 on the board alone, like not including switches and artisans? Like I feel like if I got like a bunch of artisans, I could see how that's a way that I could get a board up to $1,000. But me just dropping a band or just a board without the stabilizers and the switches for a G, not happening. Espada, thank you for the follow. We appreciate you coming through to the stream. Man, this thing sounds pretty good. This stack mount is kind of nice though. Like, it's such a slight amount of flex. Not quite a gasket, but like you notice it. Like, if you press hard, yeah. Like even like looking at it, tapping lightly, you feel it too. I didn't really expect that. Like I thought the stack mount was gonna be like kind of stiff because I'm like obviously you literally stacked a ton of stuff on like underneath the PCB. Like, I didn't think it was gonna move really at all, but I think what it is, I think the silicone piece. I think the silicone piece is like it's more flexible than I thought it was. Like it's a little bit softer. Let's try some other switches though. So like let me find my creams. I'm gonna see if I can find like a lube cream and a stock cream. That might be impossible to find a stock one. I will tell you this right now though. These Infinity Key cow switches for all palms, even stock, creams ain't touching them. Creams from that point on, everybody was like palm on palm is bad. It needs to be palm and unwipe or something like that, right? Nah. Infinity Key, they got different palm. They palm built different. This is so smooth, it's not even funny. There's no need to break, break the switches in or anything. Like, nah, these are smooth as heck. So and other than like a little bit of spring ping, I could definitely use this stock. Like if I did anything to these or wish that like the manufacturer did anything, is throw some lube on literally just the spring, maybe the leaf, and it sounds good. Stock creams, that's a no-go. These boys tactile. This is the first time I'm using these two. I've had them for probably 4 months now, since I got them back from being lubed. Like, oh, maybe not 4 months, but 3 months. Maybe 4 months. I don't know. Man, these cow switches are dicking on everything. Everything. These things are fire. Okay, I'm a believer. I definitely think if I lube these epsilons and film them, they'll be probably equally as deep, maybe slightly higher pitch, but very close to being as deep as these cow switches. Yeah, like this switch still has some scratch. Definitely still has some scratch. Definitely way more clack than I was expecting though. Kind of nice. I could see myself using these in the board. I would never solder it on the board though. Like people that solder MX Browns on something, they have to be on drugs. Like, they got to be on the strongest of drugs. Like you never catch me doing that garbage. Funniest part of why you love the cherry switch, you like the scratch. See, I'm so used to the scratch after using the good old Razor keyboards for years and stuff like that. Like I'm so far past scratch. The closest thing I want to scratch is a tactile bump. Okay, we've got a contender. The cow switches, deep. Bobas, deep. But like the cow switches, I did film these, so maybe that's why the boba is not as deep. But I would say there's like a 15% difference in the sound. If 10% of that is the film, the other 5% is the switches deeper. So the cow switches are deeper than the bobas, but the bobas are nice. Personally, though, I can't lube springs with 205 though. I refuse. That's too much work. I throw them boys in a bag, hit them with some spray lube or 105 or something.